Welcome to my podcast. Today, I will be talking about the worst trades by the Edmonton Oilers in the 21st century. I'll be breaking these trades down by GM. GM Kevin Lowe, trading Doug Weight and Michael Rison to the St. Louis Blues for Jochen Hesch, Jan Harakek, and Marty Riesner was a terrible trade. Jochen Hesch only spent one season with the Oilers. Marty Riesner was a fourth-line player, and Jan Harakek never played in the NHL, while Doug Weight had many productive seasons with the St. Louis Blues. Trading a 14th pick in the 2002 draft, Chris Higgins to the Montreal Canadiens for the 15th pick in the 2002 draft, Jesse Ninemaki in the 2002 8th-round pick, Thomas Mickey, was a bad trade in hindsight. Neither of the two players selected by the Oilers turned into NHL players, while Chris Higgins was a very solid second or third line forward in the NHL. Trading Anson Carter and Alex Pisa to the New York Rangers for Corey Cross and Radek Dvorak was not a good move. Anson Carter was a great second line player for the Oilers. Radek Dvorak was a third-line player at best, while Corey Cross was mostly a seventh defenseman. Trading the 17th pick in the 2003 draft, Zach Parise to the New Jersey Devils for the 22nd pick in the 2003 draft, Marc Antoine Pouliot, and the second-round pick in 2003 draft, Jean-Francois Jacques was a terrible trade. When the Oilers made this trade, they didn't know that they would be trading away a future star player in Zach Parise. Marc-Antoine Pouliot was a major bust, and Jean-Francois Jacques didn't pan out either. Trading Mike Comrie to the Philadelphia Flyers for Jeff Woywitka and a first-round pick in 2004, Rob Schremp, as well as a third-round pick in 2004, Danny Syvret, was a horrible trade. When Mike Comrie was traded, he was considered a franchise player. The Oilers just didn't get enough in return for Mike Comrie. None of the players the Oilers acquired made any impact for the team. Trading Marty Riesner, Jan Stastny, and the second-round pick in 2006, Milan Lucic, to the Boston Bruins for Sergei Samsonov was a bad trade. Sergei Samsonov only played 19 games for the Oilers. Even though Marty Riesner and Jan Stastny didn't do anything for the Bruins, Milan Lucic became a top six forward for the Boston Bruins. Trading Chris Pronger to the Anaheim Ducks for Joffrey Lupul, Ladislav Smid, a first-round pick in 2007, Nick Eno, a first-round pick in 2008, Jordan Eberle, and a second-round pick in 2008, Travis Hamonic, was a bad trade. Let me explain. This would have been a good trade or a semi-decent trade if they kept Travis Hamonic. But instead, they traded him away for Alan Roque and a third-round pick in 2008, Kirill Petrov. Was a bad trade. Jordan Eberle is a good top six winger, but that's about all they got for Chris Pronger and Joffrey Lupul, who only played one season with the Oilers before being traded away again. Ladislav Smid is a borderline NHL talent. Nick Eno was traded to the Sabres for Jan Hejda, who did nothing for the Oilers. So this trade ends up being Chris Pronger for Jordan Eberle and Ladislav Smid, which is a horrible trade. Trading Joni Pitkanen to the Carolina Hurricanes for Erik Cole was a horrible trade. Erik Cole was never a fit with the Oilers, while Joni Pitkanen eventually became a top-pair defenseman with the Carolina Hurricanes. GM Steve Tambellini, trading Erik Cole, a fifth-round pick in 2009, Matt Kennedy, for Patrick O'Sullivan and a second-round pick in 2009, Jesse Blacker, was not a good move. Jesse Blacker and Matt Kennedy didn't become NHL caliber players, so they aren't really important in this trade. So this trade is basically Erik Cole for Patrick O'Sullivan. Patrick O'Sullivan never lived up to the expectations that the Oilers had of him. Erik Cole had some success in the NHL after the trade with Carolina, Montreal, and the Dallas Stars. Trading Lubomir Visnovsky to the Anaheim Ducks for Ryan Whitney and a sixth-round pick in 2010, Brandon Davidson, was a puzzling move, to say the least. Ryan Whitney was often injured, and Brandon Davidson always seems to get injured also. Lubomir Visnovsky was a great puck-moving defenseman, and he had a career-high 68 points for the Ducks the season after he got traded. GM Craig McTavish traded Nick Schultz to the Columbus Blue Jackets for a fifth-round pick in 2014, which was eventually traded, was not a good move. Nick Schultz wasn't anything special, but he is a solid NHL defenseman. The fifth-round pick would eventually get traded as well. The fifth-round pick would eventually get traded, Trading Alex Hemsky to the Ottawa Senators for a third-round pick in 2015, which was eventually traded, and a fifth-round pick in 2014, which was eventually traded, was a horrible trade. Trading Alex Hemsky was considered a core piece of the team when he was traded. This is just not enough for Alex Hemsky. GM Peter Chiarelli traded a first-round pick in 2015, Matthew Barzal, and a second-round pick in 2015, which was eventually traded for Griffin Reinhart, was a terrible trade. This could go down as one of the worst trades in Oilers history. Even if you take away the second-round pick, you just do Matthew Barzal for Griffin Reinhart, it's still a terrible trade. Griffin Reinhart is not even an NHL caliber defenseman. The Oilers just bought into the media hype on him. Matthew Barzal could turn into a star player in the league, while Griffin Reinhart could be rotting away in the AHL. Trading Taylor Hall to the New Jersey Devils for Adam Larsson is just not a good trade at all. Even though Adam Larsson is a very good shutdown defenseman, he is not on the same caliber of a Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall is a top 5 left winger in the NHL. Plain and simple. The Oilers just did not get enough for Taylor Hall. So those are the worst trades by the Edmonton Oilers in the 21st century. Next, I'll be recalling all the worst trades by the Philadelphia Flyers in the 21st century.